All right, fresh off the presses. It is Monday night. I am going to review rolls from earlier today. Mute this so we don't get copyright. First rolls with Dan Thorne. Little stand up. He fearlessly shoots the double. Little Granby over to side control. But back up to Turtle. Stands up because I don't really control, have any pressure on his hips, which is important to do, obviously. So here I make a good switch to a front headlock and drag him down. So now I have enough pressure to keep him kind of on his hands and knees for a second here. Maybe had a look at a Darcier, but he opens up his elbow and it doesn't feel like I have it anymore. Transition to the back again. Try to get into my crucifix setup, but he rolls. So this is interesting. But I just kind of get my hips back up, and I feel like I can still control the position. He stands up. Back to stand up. Hit my collar drag into the single. This needs to be smoother, but hey, we're at where we're at. Switch to this double leg and dry him all the way off camera. We do come back in just a second here. Reset and close guard, specifically to be in front of the camera. I don't know how this is going to look. We might end up skipping around a whole bunch here. So I give up a triangle for no reason. He starts to set up scissor. And I just give him a triangle here. Trying to defend the triangle, end up in this arm bar. Thankfully, Dan Thorne lets me tap before breaking my arm, but he had that locked in really well. So, yeah, I don't know. This is just, I shouldn't be letting this happen to me in close guard, you know? The gi sucks is my excuse, but it's not an excuse. I just need to be better about my hand positioning here. And to be honest, it was well played by Dan. So, you know, he stayed tight on that arm, always controlled it, was able to jump the shoulder, defending the triangle, and he switches to the arm bar. It's good. Little reset. Sit in the butterfly here. Have this overhook here. Go to like omoplata, but he rolls through. Come back up into the front headlock. I'm trying to get into crucifix here, but he's hiding that arm, so I have to do like a back take. But I only wanted to kind of pull him onto his side. This is something I'm like playing around with when I can't get that arm. And we're gonna go off screen again for just a second. It looks like. He's going to again try to Granby roll me over. Hold on. And now I'm able to get to the crucifix. I think I end up losing his arm that my legs control and losing this position. So here I probably should fall to the back, but I stay up. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. He's starting to escape this, but I still have decent control on it. And then we roll off this camera. That whole thing is off the camera. Drags me back in on the camera. Appreciate it, Dan. He's got one, maybe two hooks in. He had them both, yeah. That's going to be back control. I remember he swims his underarm over here to try to get the choke. He kind of grabs my collar a little, but it's low. I think he takes a chance and takes his underarm on the seatbelt out and goes over to try to set up a choke on that side. Yeah, and then I'm able to get my shoulders away. So now I have broke the back to chest, and he's got a transition. Decides to play guard rather than come up. I jump on ahead here. And so I actually go high elbow like right away here. You'll see. I grab it. So I have the high elbow here, but it's not tight enough, and I have to kind of reset. So I reset a little bit. I don't think you're going to see, but I do go high elbow again. And that's going to be the finish. Going to this butterfly half. Trying to remember to be more active with it here. I am using it to frame. Trying to get to butterfly here. He sits back a little. I probably should have like pushed him over. Um, oh, a little bit of a leg entanglement situation. So he tapped there. Yeah, I was trying to ankle lock him. And I guess he said it was pretty tight it was pretty tight on the Achilles. Um, I was gonna try to do a little more before, but yeah, you never know with those, so nothing wrong with tapping when you wanna check the camera. Camera's still recording. Skip forward here. Next we got J Lo. Talk a little bit about my travel to Germany. Hanging out, BSing. All right. We're gonna stand the pass, which is dangerous against J Lo. He goes into invert on this, trying to escape my knee, and I do. I clear the knee line here. Try to re-attack his leg. So now I have inside position. Try to go to this left leg, but he grabs my leg before I can get it. We're in a interesting situation here. I had a chance at a knee bar, but he rolled through. This is a whole leg battle. Now we're in 50-50. He grabs the heel, but I slip it. Start to pummel. Trying to control this arm. I was thinking about using the gi to stand up here for a second, but I needed to get my knee out, and I didn't. He gets the heel, and I tap on the inside heel hook. Reset. Trying to get to one in, one out, but again, felt scared like he was going to off balance me a lot of the time. All right, so I try to grab both of his ankles here and pull them up so that he falls backwards, but he has my collars, he has my lapels. So as I pull, he pulls just like that, and then I fall into close guard. Luckily, I did not stick one of my hands through, so he doesn't end up just in a triangle. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Maybe. Oh, yeah, but I got my head through the other side. Yeah. Didn't quite think I could pass all the way there. Maybe I could have, but didn't feel great. Fighting to try to keep away from triangle. Scared of triangle here. He ends up on a leg again, but it's okay. I can defend. Start to grab his as he drives in. Settle for half guard. Come into like a butterfly-ish. Yeah, now I'm sitting. He's kind of squatting on my butterfly hooks here. They pretty weak butterfly hooks. Can't really do much with them. Thinking about going to X. So then I just jump into deep half here. And I am right now just waiting for his weight to shift a little so I can go all the way. I get to where I need to be and come out the other side. Deep half sweep. End up in this over under position where again I suck at finishing this pass. I did watch a couple tutorials on it. Felt like I tried to implement some of the things there, keeping my chin on his hip, and then I want to capture his knee, and I do, and I just can't quite step over. As I do, he scrambles out, and I kind of lose the pass here. And we reset a little to open guard. I get my knee through, trying to either pass or at least shut down his attacks. Struggling to get my knee through here. And he shoots through the close guard. Probably could do a little better not accepting close guard here. Need to stay on a knee here probably, but yeah. So now we're in close guard, the bane of my existence. And Jayla's gonna go right into attacks, opens this guard up. Foot on the hip. I swim, looking at double unders for a second, but only for a second. try to jump over, but I didn't have a good enough grip. So that hand that you just saw swim through, see if I can pause on it. So that right there, I got to either get his pants or actually get his leg here. So I can hold that leg down with that hand, and then I will be able to jump over, but I don't get a good grip on it. So I try to jump over and don't have control, and therefore I will never get over his leg. And he ends up jumping a triangle. Just lazy. I don't know. Uh, got to get my head out of there. It sucks. So right now, my right arm is still kind of in the way. Like he can't quite sink the triangle all the way, but it's a losing battle. He starts to pull it. He starts to separate my hands. My hands are locked. He starts to separate them here. And then I feel that it's going to break. So I try to release at a time and then stack and get out. And maybe I could have if I committed more to stacking, but end up tap into this triangle here shortly. Back to standing to try to guard pass. And then the round ends, I think. Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next. Next we got Jamie. Jamie's first day back after a long time. First time rolling in a bit. Not her first round today, but welcome back, Jamie. Good to have you. She's on my ankle here a little bit. A little nervous, but I'm booting on it. Make some space, gets a butterfly. Get to close guard. Try to put a hand in the collar. Wasn't having it. She goes to double unders. I mess with her head to defend, and then I'm able to swim a butterfly in. This was weird. I don't actually know what happens here all the way. She's kind of inverting under, and I think I just decide to roll. I'm just like, I don't know, let's see what this is. End up like in like almost a berimbolo. Wasn't quite. I don't know exactly what it was, but bolo-ish. It's just I don't know. Sometimes I like to roll, you know. If I'm not sure what to do, just throw a roll in there. Just do a barrel roll. Um, so here I saw that her arm was a little extended. So I go to this shoulder clamp and then a throw over the omoplata. She does roll through, but I end up on top. Trying to get to mount, but she does a good job keeping me in half guard. Knee cut here. I'll do this little back step, and then I want to try to camp this position. Oh, okay. I need to triangle my legs better on this. So I don't really have a good enough grip on her leg, I think. I'm trying to get a Kimura on her leg there. Don't end up getting it. But this is an interesting position, and it felt strong to me. Um, End up rolling through into almost a crucifix. And I think it does end up being a whole crucifix. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then, yeah, I sit up into this. So, uh, it's called a reverse omoplata. So I'm supposed to be able to hold her head down there and then use my legs for a shoulder lock. But I think her shoulder's angled the wrong way. I think I need to have her in like more of a Kimura than an Americana. Um, so that doesn't work, and I end up giving up the whole crucifix. That has to go through the lab, that reverse omoplata. I gotta figure that out before it's gonna work on anybody. But hey, we give things a shot. Little front headlock action, back up, playing the panda guard, rolling around. Yeah, this was actually pretty close. So she has like this cross collar choke that I have to deal with. Ended up giving up mount, I think, just trying to not. Oh yeah, no. Then I had her leg and her arm trapped, and I rolled over to top position, makes her give up the choke. She has good half guard here. She starts to go to close guard, but I step over. Ah, it's tough. I am going to look to crucifix again. So I need to do a better job with my left leg peeling her arm out. And I do end up sitting to it here and then using my arm to assist to peel it out. And there, now I have the crucifix locked up. With the gi, the one hand choke becomes stronger. So that's definitely what I'm trying to dig here. I'm trying to dig her collar on the other side. And I end up getting the choke. Back to butterfly. Strip through to single X. And I get my Ashi butterfly guillotine. Or, guillotine. Ashi butterfly ankle lock. That was her stripe off her belt that I just threw off the mat. Feel bad about that stripe. May it rest in peace. She's gonna sit for an ankle. I boot and scoot. She ends up inverting on this knee bar, which was actually trouble for sure. I think she needed to, and she knew what to do. The time just ran out. Needed to get her left hip to the mat there to get the angle on the knee bar, like sit to her left hip and scoop my knee up into her lap there. And she would have had it, but no time. It happens. She picks up her stripe. Now we got Nikki V, whose hand is fine, by the way. All right. Start standing. I go shin to shin. I want to strip through for single X, but he does a really good job keeping his knee pointed the opposite direction, I think. So I'm not able to strip this through. I end up getting kind of stuck down here. I give up on it and then go to like reverse de la Hiva. He sits through. I almost have like a crab right here, but then he almost has my leg. I'm just using that foot to defend the knee line. And I try to pull it through. He comes up on top, drives me over the side. Now I'm going to play side control for a little while. Bottom of side control for a little while. So I'm able to get this frame in. Happy about that. He switches to this like reverse Gessa. It's really killing my elbow escape. Um, I try to do some framing, hoping that I can, bridge off or off balance him enough to set up some kind of, some kind of movement. Walk away a little bit here, hoping to get the elbow escape, but he does a good job keeping hip to hip. No room. I probably could have done a better shrimp there, and maybe I would have made space, but I did not, alas. Framing, trying, plan my next move. He's walking into my legs to scrape my elbow, which he does scrape it, but I'm able to fight it through, but he's able to get to mount. But because I was able to fight that elbow through, I'm able to go right to an elbow escape and get the half guard. So here, I was pretty confident that because he had no post, I would be able to bridge him off and knock him over. I grab here, do a big bridge, but he catches himself and comes back. But I'm able to get to butterfly if I wanted, I think. I'm not able to get to butterfly. I lied to you. He starts to get on this knee cut. But I think I had the underhook. And instead he slides kind of straight to mount-ish, 3/4 mount. Back to half guard. He's on my left arm here, and so I start to go to try to lock down so I can peel him off. Um, Maybe because he has one hand, he's not able to finish that. I don't know. But I do another big bump, and this time use it to go to turtle. So he has that hand there. This is really interesting. I think it's almost a loop choke. I'm not sure, but he has that all the way through my collar here, and he's gonna put his head between my ribs. Yeah, and start to peel that up. Um, it was scary. I end up just scramble wrestling into a single leg, pass the grip off, trying to control that spot between his hip. He frames me away, gets his knee shield back in, so now he has a knee shield in half guard. I'm having a hard time dealing with these knee shields in half guard. Try to knee cut through it, not having it. Grabs my leg here, almost in headquarters. He's testing out that butterfly hook. Try to do an X pass, doesn't work. Try to do a knee cut, doesn't work. End up rolling into legs. Both dueling attempts at a knee bar, I think there. Neither of us get one. Try to jump on his head because I'm a Neanderthal. That's all I do. Um, yeah, anytime I see the top of someone's head, I'm just trying to jump it. Grab his chin. He gets his shoulders to the mat. No guillotine's going to happen. Start trying to play this. It's like an uncommitted knee on belly. Thinking about mount, thinking about a butterfly mount. I actually did try to jump a guillotine here, but he rolled through pretty well. He's defending the grip fight really well. It's gonna make it really hard for me to finish. Trying to think about a Darce, no Darce. Now I'm thinking make sure that I control his upper body so that he doesn't frame away and get back to guard. Finally fight this underhook. So now I have something to hold him down with, and the round ends. Nikki V super tough even with half a hand. Get better soon. And we got Brian Lane. I sit down, Brian Lane sits down. So I want to stand up to try to pass. I get a knee through, but he has a good knee shield. Yeah, so I remember this knee shield really sucked. I try to jump through it, but he off balances me pretty good. I think he thinks about deep half here, but I actually have. So I end up getting control of his other arm here in this Kimura. I have a Kimura here, uh, but it ends up not being very useful. He rolls over me. I probably need to do a better job, maybe coming on top with that, like using pushing on that Kimura here to free my foot and come up on top. I don't know, but I end up on the bottom with the Kimura and it doesn't do shit for me. I end up having to let go of it. Bottom half guard. I'm just focusing on framing here and surviving. Brian felt really super tough and heavy on top all day today. So he's trying to pummel his legs through to get the pass. I off balance him there for a second, able to make some more space. So I have double underhooks here with half guard, and theoretically I should be able to get stuff going here. I should be able to get onto my side, get to my bottom half guard series, but I just have a really hard time. balance is good. Not able to get much going here. I'm thinking about going deep half here. End up rolling into kind of a deep half sweep-ish. On top here for a second. Should probably switch to PMA half. I do switch to PMA half. Kinda. Set up a little bit much. Gave him too much space and he's able to get the knee shield back in. Yeah, that's a mistake. He stands up, snaps me into front headlock. So he's going to try a crucifix setup here. But he taught me that crucifix setup like a week ago. And I've been thinking about it a lot. I even tried to do it a bunch of times to people. So I'm trying to fight what he's trying to do. Try to do a little peek out here. He goes for it, and I'm able to slip my arm at the last second. It's a good setup. I like it a lot. Me and Brian have sworn to secrecy though, so we're not going to teach it to anybody ever again. Just kidding. Top side control. To be honest, I'm just trying to hold Brian down because I'm real tired, and I don't want to be underneath him anymore. I do end up trying to go on this Kimura, but he gets his elbow to the ground and makes space. Trying to stick around. So this was, I remember this transition was like, he did a really good job when he came up getting into me right away. So it's tough for me to get to a front headlock or even a guillotine because he's in on me so fast. And I'm stuck on the single leg defense rather than my offense. We're gonna go off the mat. And then when we come back, I'm gonna be dying on the ground. I imagine he finished the single leg off the mat. If you have been at PMA for any amount of time, you probably have felt Brian's high mount. It's a fucking terrible place to be. This was a terrible experience. He has his choice of arms. I think he ends up wrist locking me, Joey Carter style. You can't do anything. I might as well wrist lock you. Reset. This time I am going to stand. He goes for a little dummy sweep there. Maybe he didn't commit all the way. Trying to get to a knee cut-ish position here. He uses that knee shield to push me out. I think he almost jumps a triangle, but I slip it in my arms. I don't have the double under. I end up just bailing away. Now I'm playing guard. He stands. Almost into De La Hiva, but he kind of rolls over. I go Cornholio and round ends. I say I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going home. I'm tired. And Paul walks up. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna roll?" I'm like, all right. Put the gi back on. Takes me a few minutes to get dressed here. All right. Roll with Paul is gonna be the last one. Again, we're trying to get one in, one out, trying to keep inside position. So we get to this knee cut a little bit. He's got a good frame away. Get the bottom foot. I deal with the bottom foot and get back to this. He's framing me away the whole time. I'm trying not to push in too much, trying to keep everything compact, but I need to do a little better cementing that position somehow. I want to be a back to the drawing board situation, I think. Yeah, like this feels good. Like I should be able to get something out of this, and I don't believe that I do. Oh, I hit the X pass a little bit there, but or the Toriano, I mean. He's able to recover. I feel like that should have went better. Like this was a good idea. I step to the side, he starts to go that way, and then I do a quick Toriano here. Yeah, so I feel like from here I should pass. So I probably need to let go with my left arm here and put it on his hip to control that space. I need to do something to take away space right after this. Maybe probably get my knee in, something, but I'm not able to. He uses his right foot, his high leg over, and then his left leg's gonna come in. So yeah, I think that was probably the closest I've been to passing Paul's guard. Um, didn't happen obviously, but it was a pretty good attempt. Needed maybe one more move. And we reset. Go again. Again, feels like a good passing position to me. I'm not sure exactly what our leg configuration is, but it looks like I'm almost past the guard here. He ends up getting me back into butterfly, even giving me overhead a little bit with these double unders. Not ideal. I'm trying to stay heavy on his butterfly hook so that it's harder to sweep me with, my dear. He does end up getting some elevation on that and allows him to off balance me into octopus. Then we have like this butterfly half octopus sweep. Pretty sweet. Uh, yeah, I'm good. I thought my knee popped on that, but it didn't. It was fine. Just old man shit. Paul's like, "Are you dead?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good. Just old." Working bottom side. A lot of working bottom side today. Sometimes it be like that. Probably need the shrimp make space there. Do not. Oh, there I do. Able to get my head away a little bit and regard. But he just kind of knee cuts through it. I'm getting underneath of him here to try to come up on a single double something. Do come up. Yeah, he grabs my collar here, and it is trouble. So his knee comes in. Yeah, and finishes the collar choke. Yeah, I don't actually understand that choke too much, to be honest with you. It's tough to see here. Like this starts off as like a kind of a loop choke. I think he switches grips. Yeah, I don't know. Just a collar choke, I suppose. It was good though. Super tight. I think I want a body lock here, but I don't get inside of his arms. This is not a very good body lock. None of it was really good. Bailed on it. And go back to trying to knee cut or knee through. Blessed the round ends. I was beat. Some tough rolls today. So thanks everybody. Yeah, we'll all keep trying to get better. I'll have a link to the videos without me talking over them if you guys want to check it out in the description. And I'll see you later.